Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland.
There will be lots of drama, that is for sure. The gloves are off.
Attacke.
What amazing battles going on.
Da musst du alles auf den Punkt bringen.
Oh my goodness.
Da wird's eng. Wow, da geht einer massiv fliegen.
What an amazing move.
Das ist Rennsport ins Beste.
It was on the 1st of April in 1990 that motor racing legend Olaf Manthey scored the very first ever win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. It was at the Zolder circuit. He went on to win the championship that year. Now here we are in the 35th season of what is arguably the toughest Carrera Cup championship in the world, and we are about to commence with race number 400. Yesterday, we witnessed race 399, and what a way to celebrate such an occasion. There were 3 different leaders in the race, Robert De Haan, Larry Tenvoorde, but the man who led when it counted was Great Britain's Harry King, who came home to take a legendary win. Another bit of history made. Alex Tauscher has earned his first pole position for this race, race 10 of the season here at the Nürburgring. Yesterday, he started well. He was running in 3rd place, but a moment heading in towards turn 1 saw him locking up and running off into the gravel trap and recording a non-finish. Robert De Haan had his moment at the front of the pack, but eventually he came home in 3rd place, but he scored more points towards his championship. And the championship leader, Larry Tenvoorde, who continues to occupy that spot at the top of the championship, coming home in 2nd place after a bruising battle with Robert De Haan and Harry King. And it was Harry King of Allied Racing, Jan Kasperlik's team, the team that run the Junior Academy program, coaching drivers through the GT4, through Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, through GT Racing. We've seen Allied Racing and GT Masters, and ultimately the aim to become a factory driver. We saw that with Bastian Boos, the 2023 Porsche Junior and also the Porsche Mobile Super One Cup champion. And we saw with Harry King for Allied Racing coming home and taking the top step of the podium yesterday. Flint Scheuring also had a very strong day yesterday, came so close to within half a lap of finishing on the podium, but for a mistake on the final lap, finding a bit of dirt on the racing line and sliding wide, he came home in 5th place. But another driver who had a very strong showing. So we are all set fair, ready for the 400th race of the season. Of the history of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. It is in fact just the 10th race of the season. It has been a truly entertaining season, and it's Larry Tenvoorde who leads the points championship, but Harry King, with that win for Allied Racing yesterday, has closed in to within 17 points of Larry Tenvoorde. In 3rd place is Theo Overhaus. He's 59 points adrift, so he's got quite a steep mountain to climb to get back into the championship battle, as is the case for 4th place Robert De Haan. He is 62 points adrift. Yesterday, we saw Søren Spreng winning in the Pro-Am category. He has extended his lead at the top of that championship. He has 23 points ahead of Michael Esman. And with Ahmed Al-Shihab missing this weekend, Michael Esman was able to jump up into 2nd place in the Pro-Am championship. In the rookies, Robert De Haan leads the way by just 4 points. He's managed to jump to the top after Cas Havercourt had a wretched day yesterday, and he leads by 4 points from Cas Havercourt and 20 points from Maurice Scheuring. So the grid is starting to clear. We know we have a lot of people watching around the world. Welcome to all of our fans around the world who are watching Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. I know we've got some people watching in Singapore this weekend, and we say welcome. We hope you are going to be blown away by this entertaining series, a series that provides us with action every time we see it. And and I have to say, this is shaping up to be quite a race. Alex Tauscher, his first ever pole position, and then we've got yesterday's finishers, third place, second place, and first place in that order, lined up behind him. Flint Schuring looking to make up for his difficult day yesterday, certainly that last half lap, and Marvin Klein in the background. Also, keep an eye on Ariel Levy, Janis Stiak, Theo Oberhaus. This field is just full of talent as the cars start on their formation lap here at the Nürburgring, a circuit that is 3.629 kilometers around. And there is confirmation. Alex Tauscher with his first ever pole position, with Robert De Haan alongside Larry Tenford and Harry King line up on row 2. This is going to be exciting. On row 3, Flint Schuring and Marvin Klein. And then on row 4 of the grid, it's Ariel Levy and Janis Stick. Both of them will be pushing forwards from their starting positions. On row 5, Theo Oberhaus and Cas Havercourt. Cas will also be looking up to make up for a tough day yesterday. Nathan Sharp, good qualifying from him. Huub van Eindhoven was doing so well yesterday until contact with his teammate Colin Berdinghausen and Sebastian Freimuth. Both had good, solid qualifying sessions there on row 7. And on row 8, the Great Britain's James Kellett and Gianluca Tucciaroglu line up alongside each other. Senna van Solen on row 9. He was breathtaking yesterday as he worked his way through the pack. He has Horst Felix Felbermayr for company. Søren Spreng, the leading Pro-Am qualifier, with Jan Seifert alongside him. And on row 11, Carol Krent and Keanu Bloom line up alongside each other. Then on the next row, the guesting Alex Ryman and Michael Esmond in the Pro-Am Championship. Behind them, the guesting Kai Pfister and the guesting Angelo Fontana. We welcome Est1 Racing to the grid this weekend with Angelo Fontana and also Alex Ryman. We've seen Alex a fair bit in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux this year and in the Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe. One of the many up-and-coming chargers in Porsche racing. Certainly mixing it with the big boys this weekend here at the Nürburgring. So this circuit, which is about 2.2 miles around, has 11 turns, 4 to the left and 7 to the right. There are some overtaking opportunities. The best is into turn 1, but it is such a tricky corner. Asked Alex Tauscher about that, but it's a good opportunity to overtake going into turn 1, but you've got to be able to get it slowed down on that sharp right-hander. So the heat has now been generated into the tyres and into the brakes for these cars. It will be 30 minutes plus 1 lap of racing. Unlike yesterday, the track is dry. We are not expecting any rain. This is race 10 of a 16-race season. Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany is go. Alex Tauscher off that pole position, moves across just to stand in front of Robert De Haan, keeping it nice and tight into turn 1. De Haan having a little look to the outside. Alex Tauscher will try and get it slowed down. He goes deep into turn 1. Larry Tenford on the inside, also looking to challenge. He moves into that second place. There's Harry King, also challenging for the third place. We've got drama further back. That was Carol Krent, who's gone spinning. But there's Larry Tenford. Alex Tauscher leading the way, but we've lost Horst Felix Felbermayr, so that's up in turn 2. So some dramas. It looks as though everybody is able to get moving again, but Horst Felix Felbermayr with problems rejoining at the back of the pack. Look at the scrapping of the cars. They head around towards turns 5 and 6, but Alex Tauscher trying to put yesterday to the back of his mind, leading the way in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Meanwhile, Larry Tenford has his mirrors full of Robert De Haan. Larry Tenford into that second place. Robert De Haan there as well, and Harry King just behind him. Then it's Marvin Klein. Ariel Levy into 6th place, ahead of Janis Stiak and Cas Havercourt in towards the Vidal chicane for the first time this morning. Here comes Alex Tauscher, your race leader in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, and we have the safety car out. I don't think there are any cars. I think it may well be debris that is out on the track. So safety car is out. Horst Felix Felbermayr Certainly his car looking the worse for wear, and I'm not entirely convinced the wheels are all pointing in the same direction on the number 88 car. So he limping back to the pits, and he will have one eye on his teammate Alex Tauscher, Proton Huber competition, who have fielded several cars in this race, and Alex Tauscher also in one of those, as is the case with Larry Tenforder. Let's have another look at the start here. And it was a good getaway from Alex Tauscher. He moves across to block Robert De Haan. Larry Tenforder initially slotted in behind De Haan, and then De Haan moved to the outside of Tauscher into turn one. Larry Tenforder, very tight line into that corner, but then all hell was breaking loose behind. The cars going 4 and 5 abreast into turn one. There was no way they were all going to come out of that. You could see Carol Krent pointing in the wrong direction at the back of the pack. Søren Spring was involved there as well, as was Jan Safer. Gianluca Tucciaroglu is in there. It does mean that Mikael Esman, you just saw him sneaking through in car 54, and Mikael Esman is the leader now in the Pro-Am category. He's in 17th place, and he managed to avoid all of that trauma. We're on board with the leader of the Pro-Am Championship, Søren Spring. This was the view he had. Now it was up into turn 2 where the contact happened. He got into the side of Horst Felix Felbermayr, a double contact. Søren Spring puts it into gear, but he's dropped back into 24th place. I think he's still running, albeit at the back of the pack. This is what it looked like from Robert De Haan's perspective. He had a little think about going wide around Alex Tauscher into turn one. Tauscher going very deep into the corner, as is his right to do as the race leader. Robert De Haan forced to drop back in. Harry King in the Allied Racing Porsche was just loitering there in the background. He doesn't need much of an invitation. He almost got past his championship rival Larry Tenforder as well. Tenforder did make contact with Robert De Haan. We saw the left rear quarter of Larry Tenforder momentarily smoking, but this is where the contact was really happening. Flint Schuring was in there as well. This is the view from the perspective of Theo Overhaus, but a lot of bumping and barging. There was a lock-up from Ariel Levy there. He went deep into the corner. Didn't look like he lost any places. And yeah, that's Søren Spring, and that is probably his opinion of the situation. I'll let you interpret that one in your own way. Right, safety car is going to be in on this lap. At the moment, Alex Tauscher, with all that pressure as we look at the cars scattering left and right on the Vidal chicane around the bollards. Alex Tauscher with the pressure on his shoulders. He's had one podium in his Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany career. He would dearly love another podium. He would very dearly love to stand on the top step of that podium. He earned this pole position in qualifying in the late evening sunshine on Friday. He's had since then until now, Sunday morning, to think about it, to plot, to scheme, to dream. Dare he dream that in 24 minutes and 50 seconds plus one lap, he may take his first ever win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. He's got his work cut out because he has some really tough customers behind him. None more so than Larry Tenforder, Robert De Haan and Harry King. Out of turn 11 they come. There is more drama further back still. That looks like Senna Van Serlen to me, who is about to duck off into the pits. I think he's had some dramas. So the rest of the field coming out along the pit straight. Alex Tauscher taking the wide line into turn one. Ariel Levy to the inside of Marvin Klein. There's a big lock-up from Theo Overhaus as well. Is he going to get it slowed down? He probably does, but he goes very deep, loses an awful lot of places. So Theo Overhaus dropping down from his 8th position, further back through the pack. Now, Alex Tauscher leading the way. The one thing he does have is his teammate behind him, Larry Tenforder. Yes, he would like to act as a rear gunner, but Larry Tenforder has a championship to win. He knows that Harry King has been closing in on that championship lead over the last couple of races. Tap, 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 let me through, says Harry King. I want that position. I want to get after Larry Tenfjorda at the top of the championship. Ariel Levy going wide again. A fairly wild ride for him. And now he is into the clutches of Huub van Eindhoven. He was looking so strong yesterday until that spin. He picked up a spin as a result of a contact from a teammate. He's able to rejoin, but he lost a load of positions and a load of points as a result. So Larry Tenfjorda would like to get past Alex Tauscher. Ariel Levy going the wrong side of the bollards there, certainly having a lively morning. Is the drive from Israel. So Tauscher leads the way, 1.1. So is Larry Tenfjorda going to do anything about getting past his teammate Alex Tauscher? Robert De Haan is very much challenging. To the inside he comes, he locks up a break into turn one, but that's just going to allow Larry Tenfjorda to cut back to the inside on the exit up towards turn two. Larry Tenfjorda says, I'll have some of that. Now Kai Fister with a penalty lap 2 times for pushing car 43, so he'll have to visit the penalty box. But look at this, Marvin Klein to the inside of Harry King. Harry King thought he was going to be able to put a move on Robert De Haan, but suddenly Marvin Klein is there as well. Keep it on, Janis Stiak, he is very rapid. He's also getting involved in this battle. At the front of that queue, it's Larry Tenfjorda in second place. Alex Tauscher with well over a second now, leading the way. In fact, 2.287. So Tauscher making hay while the sun shines, while this battle rages on for second place. To remind you, Larry Tenfjorda may be the teammates of the leader, but he wants this win because Harry King is closing in on the points championship. He needs every point he can get. It's 25 points for a win and 20 points for second. And that 5 points could very easily be crucial for the defending champion, the 3 times champion of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, when this season comes to a close at the Hockenheim Ring in October. But at the moment, Larry Tenfjorda doesn't look to have the pace. The quickest man on the track is Alex Tauscher, 1:30.429 as they head along the pit straight in towards turn one. Once again, more battles raging on further back into turn one. That's Flint Schuring behind Cas Havercourt. Havercourt, who's in 9th place. Flint Schuring still looking for his first podium. Of course, Cas Havercourt took his first ever win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany the last time we gathered at the Hungaroring. A win not looking so likely in this race. An awful lot of quick cars ahead of him. Theo Overhaus in the battle as well. In 12th place behind Colin Bernighausen. Colin Bernighausen looking to get involved. Flint Schuring, Cas Havercourt. This is all the fight for 9th place. Now, have some of that, says Flint Schuring. I'm coming through on the inside, but he doesn't quite make it stick. So still Cas Havercourt holding on to that 9th place. Up ahead of them is Huub van Eindhoven. So looking back at the perspective of Flint Schuring, this little battle just falling away from Huub van Eindhoven in 8th place. That's broken clear. Positions 2 to 8 have broken clear. Running side by side, Theo Overhaus and Colin Bernighausen into the Wiedel chicane. And there's Cas Havercourt taking to the runoff area in the chicane. Now, he has gained a bit of an advantage there, so it might be that the race stewards will ask him to potentially give a place back, or he may well get a time penalty. We'll see what happens there, but you saw him missing the chicane. He went straight on through the runoff area, and things continue in the same order at the moment. It has been noted an incident between Cas Havercourt and Flint Schuring. Alex Tauscher's lead up to 1.838 ahead of Larry Tenfjorda. Robert De Haan in that 3rd place, but this is the battle that has been raging on. That's Mikael Esman, the leader in the Pro-Am category. We've just seen him going wide. He's rejoined. He is still leading in the Pro-Ams at the moment. Let's have a look now. This was that moment where Cas Havercourt missed the chicane. He went straight on, and he will have to have been seen to have given some of that space back again. Otherwise, the stewards may well get involved. Riding on board Theo Overhaus, that is to the inside of Colin Bernighausen. Bernighausen, who was in front of Overhaus, now Overhaus steals the 11th position away. And Theo Overhaus, the man on a mission once again. He is in the championship hunt, but he needs more points than where he's running at the moment. He's 59 points back from the gold and black #1 car of Larry Tenforder. Out to complete lap number 6, onto lap number 7. Alex Tauscher crosses the line once again, 1.829 ahead of Larry Tenforder. Robert De Haan just waiting for his moment. Harry King in 4th place. He said yesterday after the race he was just waiting for it all to kick off in front of him, then he was going to seize the opportunity. That's exactly what he did. It was a bruising affair yesterday as Harry King for Allied Racing came through to take the lead. What a phenomenal drive in a phenomenal car. Looking back from Larry Tenforder at Robert De Haan once again. Now looking for Robert De Haan at Larry Tenforder. That's what the back of the #1 car looks like. You can see the gap evolution. My summary of that is they are sticking pretty well together. Harry King has Marvin Klein for company as well. So Harry King in 4th place, yesterday's winner, now with the #21 car, the French driver for Target Competition. Up close with car 19 of Harry King and Marvin Klein, another driver who took his first ever win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany at the Hungaroring last time out, and that is a lockup. There was either Janis Stiak or Ariel Levy. They were so close together, they were glued together. There was smoke pouring from those cars as they locked up into the corner. I should think Ariel Levy's tyres are going to be looking a bit second-hand because he has been doing an awful lot of sliding around in this race. 16 3/4 minutes remaining. Let's just have another look here. And that was, it was Ariel Levy who's locked up. You saw the smoke pouring from the tyres and they will be shaped like 50p pieces. There will be vibrations going through the #25 car and he will see himself vulnerable to Huub van Eindhoven, who is just behind. Now Robert De Haan starting to look impatient in 3rd place because Alex Tauscher is continuing to pull away. The gap, 1.941. This is the fight for 2nd place. Alex Tauscher is saying, you two, fight amongst yourselves, I'm out of here. And that's exactly what he is doing. So just to take you back to the battle between Cas Havercourt and Flint Schuring, there is to be no further action because Cas Havercourt did give the advantage back. The stewards have seen that he did give the advantage back, so there is no action to be taken. So good driving from Cas Havercourt. If it had kept going as he was, he may well have found himself visiting the penalty box. That would have hurt a whole lot more than just giving the advantage back. Right, there's your race leader into turn 11 here at the Nürburgring. We are celebrating 400 races of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. We're thinking back to 1990 when Olaf Manthey won the first ever race, won the first ever championship. Now the legend in motorsport who runs a team. We see him in DTM this weekend, and we see Robert De Haan once again locking up, under braking into turn 1. He can't get it slowed down. He almost loses the position to Harry King. Harry King sees his opportunity. The #19 car there getting involved. Marvin Klein in there as well, also ready to get involved. None of these drivers are prepared to back off. All of these drivers are prepared to get their elbows out. Harry King almost saw his advantage to get onto the podium there and get after his championship challenger. But now Marvin Klein looking to the outside of Harry King into turn 5. They come down the hill. Now looking back from Harry King, it looks as though he has fended off the attentions of the Target Competition #21 for the time being. Has given Robert De Haan a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card after that lockup into turn 1. He tried to make the challenge on Larry Tenforder, couldn't get it slowed down into that downhill into turn 1. Such a tricky corner, and almost gave the position away. In the Pro-Am race, just to keep you updated, Michael Esman, despite that moment, is still leading in the Pro-Ams. He's 21st overall. 22nd is second in the Pro-Ams. That's Kai Pfister. 23rd is Angelo Fontana, and he is 3rd in the Pro-Ams. Here we go again. This is that look at that lockup into turn 1. A bit of a dive bomb to the inside, but just couldn't get it slowed down, and he so nearly came close to losing the position to Harry King instead. Now, that was the view from Larry Tenforder. He knew exactly what was going on. He just tucked back to the inside. I'll have some of that, thank you very much, as he head out towards turn 2. So yes, the Pro-Am leader in the points championship, Søren Spreng, is currently 4th in the Pro-Ams in this race as a result of that incident on lap 1. He's in 24th place overall, and that is Søren Spreng. The battles continue for the podium positions. Marvin Clan to the inside of Harry King. Harry King, having the quicker exit from the corner, is able to shut the door on the 21 car. So he's still holding on at the moment, but now Marvin Clan with Janis Stiak behind him. And we've already seen this season, Janis Stiak doesn't need to be asked twice if he sees a gap in front of him. Out on turn 8, absolutely flat out towards the Vidal chicane. There's Robert De Haan in 3rd place. He's broken clear of that battle a little. Harry King now very much with his attention on his back mirror. That is Sebastian Freimuth, who's gone spinning in a plume of blue smoke. It looks as like there's been contact. It looks like there's a tyre down as well. So the left rear is deflated. Now, I wonder if there was some contact that caused that. He's able to keep it going. Let's have a look here. Senna van Sørlen was there. And was there contact with Senna van Sørlen? There may well have been. Through the advertising hoarding, he did make contact with the Armco barrier, came spinning back, and Senna van Sørlen almost got a second encounter with Sebastian Freimuth. He was able to escape that, but Freimuth, with that tyre down and with damage, it looks as though his day is going to be over. He peels off into the pit lane. Meanwhile, the quickest lap of the race, while all that has been going on, has been set on the last lap by Larry Tenforder in 2nd place at 129.965. So he is lapping about nearly 3/10 quicker than our race leader, Alex Tauscher. There are still 11 minutes and 20 seconds plus 1 lap remaining of this race 10 of the season for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany 2024. As we look at the field in single file at the moment, but still plenty of battles to be fought. Here comes our race leader, giving it everything, riding the curbs. The Vidal chicane, chicane, what chicane? They just go over the curbs, they test the suspension, and they build them strong at Porsche. There's the other of the Allied racing cars coming through as well, Nathan Sharp, who's also in the number 3 car, running in 13th place. The driver from the Netherlands, one of the talent pool drivers as well. Behind Nathan Sharp is James Kellett from Great Britain. Was disappointed with his qualifying, but doing a good job in 14th place. That's Harry King, who's gone wide. So Harry King now has fallen into the clutches of Ariel Levy. So Harry King has lost a position to Marvin Clan. So I wonder if there are some issues with car 19. So Marvin Clan is through. Harry King falling back through the ranks, and it's Ariel Levy who's challenging him. That is 5th place. So let's have a look here at just maybe outbraking himself into turn 1, as many have done so already with 10 minutes remaining of this race. This is a view from Harry King, foot on the brake, correcting it, using all of the skills that he has just to keep the car out of the gravel trap, out of the fence, rejoins, but he sees the car that has been monstering him for the last 20 minutes now in front of him in the shape of Marvin Clan. Here comes Alex Tauscher, our race leader. It's Larry Tenforder just behind him. Harry King looks to be struggling a little bit here at the moment. He's got a queue of cars behind him. Ariel Levy, Janis Stiak in there, Huub van Eindhoven, Cass Havercourt, Flint Scheuring, Theo Overhaus, all queued up behind. Now Harry King gathers it up together and is able to reopen up some of that gap. Ariel Levy in the number 25 car, scored his first ever podium this year, but once again, locking up into turn one. So many drivers doing this, and suddenly car 25 is spat out of the queue. He rejoins just in front of Theo Overhaus. He's going to struggle to keep hold of that. There's going to be a bit of dirt and rubber on the tyres. It looks like he's managed it at the moment. That allows Huub van Eindhoven up a position, as is the case with Cas Havercourt. Flint Schuring there as well. So 8.5 minutes remaining of this race, and a lot of fighting. The black and orange cars, of which there are many in this race. The leading ones of those, Huub van Eindhoven in 7th place. There's Cas Havercourt and Flint Schuring. Our leading rookie is Robert De Haan in 3rd place. 2nd place in the rookies is Cas Havercourt. 3rd is Flint Schuring. Now, Ariel Levy, as predicted, has struggled to stay in front of Theo Overhaus, so he's got a bit of work to do. So he is down in 11th place at the moment. So having run so strong in the early part of this race, it's been a bit lively for Ariel Levy, but he's got all that work to do again now as he tries to claw his way back up through the pack. But it looked like Theo Overhaus was going off into the pits. I'm just checking, he hadn't got a drive-through penalty. I think he was just defending the line into turn 11. I thought he was coming into the pits. He wasn't. So Theo Overhaus using all of the track just to hold on to that position. Colin Berninghausen looking very racy in 12th place at the moment, flashing the lights of the 3, looking potentially the quickest. He had a little peep on the inside of Ariel Levy. There may have been a little bit of contact in towards turn 2, looking back from Theo Overhaus. He's broken clear, so Colin Berninghausen putting the attention onto Ariel Levy, just releases Theo Overhaus a little bit. Alex Tauscher leading the way still, 2.1 seconds ahead of Larry Tenforder, Robert De Haan, Marvin Klein in 4th place, Harry King in 5th place ahead of Janis Stiak and Huub van Eindhoven. So the fight rages on with Cas Havercourt and Flint Schuring running very much as one out on the circuit. 6 3/4 minutes. There it is. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Just coming over the top of your screen, clipping the bollards. Those poor old bollards have taken a beating this weekend. The drivers use them for target practice as they bump across the curbs of the Wiedel chicane here at the Nürburgring, and then out towards turn 11. A corner that's taken in 2nd gear at about 95 kilometers an hour, and then out of turn 11 along the pit straight, absolutely flat out. They're reaching speeds of about 240 kilometers an hour in 5th gear before the heavy braking of turn 1. This chicane that is taken in 2nd gear. There is our race leader. Well, it doesn't look like his confidence has been shaken too much after yesterday's off. He's certainly giving it everything. He wants this win. He's going the right way about it at the moment. Larry Tenforder also giving it the large. I reckon these drivers must have backache at the end of this lot. Across the curbs they come. Wonderful slow-mos from our camera team, but that is our race leader locking a tyre. That's what he doesn't need to do, and that has left him vulnerable to Larry Tenforder. So suddenly that big gap out the front is down to 0.8 of a second, and Larry Tenforder has closed in on Alex Tauscher. Tauscher will be regathering himself in the car. He'll have sweaty palms. His heart will be racing because he is 5 1/4 minutes away, plus 1 lap from his first ever win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. But behind him, the most successful driver in the history of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany is in his mirrors and wanting to steal it away. Larry Tenforder is the fastest man on the track. Robert De Haan is a long way back from this battle at the moment. He's about 2.5 seconds. So Larry Tenforder now with another 10th out of the race lead. Is he going to break the heart of Alex Tauscher? Is he going to ruin the dream that he's had since he put the car on pole position on Friday evening? We are going to find out in about 4.5 minutes plus the 1 lap of this race. At the moment, Alex Tauscher, after that little moment, has regathered it, reset himself, eyes ahead. Don't be looking in the mirror because you are on so close, the eve of potentially a race-winning performance in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Larry Tenforder, car number 1, defending champion in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. I've no doubt he would love to see Alex Tauscher take his first win, but he would love to win his 4th championship. More than that, he needs the points. At the moment, Harry King is down in 5th place, and he would extend that lead even further if the race finishes as it is. If he could get another 5 points by getting past Alex Tauscher, it will start to make the championship seem more realistic. Looking at the Vidal chicane, once again, the car's bumping up onto 2 wheels as they ride the curbs. 3.5 minutes to go out of turn 11. Onto the pit straight we come. There's another car. Is that Cas Havercourt again who's gone wide? Yes, it is. So Cas Havercourt has gone through the cut-through on the chicane once again. Again, it doesn't look like he's gained any advantage. So he rejoins. Cas Havercourt, the driver who is challenging, was leading the rookie championship until yesterday. That's Marvin Klein from 4th place. And Marvin Klein has got it wrong on turn 1, as so many have done before him. And now it's his turn to go deep into the gravel trap. That's Theo Overhaus ahead of him. So Marvin Klein has lost 4 or 5 places as a result of going deep into turn 1. And that is a gift for Harry King, because that's going to move Harry King up into 4th place. That'll be more points in his championship hunt. Larry Tenforder in 2nd place, about 9/10 of a second behind Alex Tauscher. Doesn't look as though he has the pace to steal it away with 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. But Alex Tauscher needs to focus. He needs to concentrate, because he's just got to hold it together. No mistakes in the next 2.25 minutes plus 1 lap. Larry Tenforder is there waiting. If a gap appears in front of him, he will fill it and steal the win away. Robert de Haan in 3rd place is just waiting there as well, about 2 seconds back. There's Cas Havercourt after that run through where he missed the chicane. He is in 7th place in the number 23 car. Great shot of him, the concentration as he looks ahead, steely-eyed with 1 minute and 3/4 remaining of this race. He has received a black and white flag for cutting the chicane multiple times. So that is a warning from the race stewards. If you get 3 black and white flags, you will get a grid penalty. And the black and white flags do add up as the season goes on. There is Colin Berninghausen. He's been a man on a mission. He's in 12th place at the moment. He's had to work hard for that. Ahead of him, Ariel Levy, the man with the square tyres after all those lockups. And it's another lockup. This time, Alex Ryman goes deep into turn 1. The guesting driver from Estonia, and for Est1 Racing, mixing it with the big boys. He was in 15th place going into that corner, but he's dropped behind Gianluca Tucciaroglu, so that'll be 17th place now for the number 47 car. We are into the final minute of timed racing. When the clock strikes 0, the leader will cross the start-finish line, and there will be +1 lap. So with 42 seconds remaining, at the moment, Alex Tauscher is just heading into the Vidal chicane. I think he's gonna reach the start-finish line before the clock strikes 0. So it will be 2 more laps remaining. 2 more laps between now and his first ever win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Along the pit straight he comes once again. Larry Tenforder shadowing him all the way, 9/10 of a second back, so still not close enough to challenge. So Alex Tauscher with 2 laps remaining of the race, 2 laps till he could score his first ever victory in this amazing series. Another lock up there going into turn 1 from Harry King. Just saw a bit of smoke. There's somebody else going straight on as well. Just saw a car disappearing. It was Theo Overhaus. So another car that is really struggling, slowing it down into turn 1. So many cars have run deep into that corner, the latest being Theo Overhaus. So he drops back as well. So Theo Overhaus has fallen back, certainly behind Cas Havercourt, and he loses a lot of valuable points as a result of that. Having another look from Theo Overhaus's perspective, this is what a lockup looks like when you're in the pilot seat of one of these things. It just goes deep. The thing won't slow down. It won't turn in. He keeps it out of the gravel. That's the important bit. And then he rejoins. Didn't lose, actually, too many places, but still, there's going to be a flat spot on the tyres. Fortunately, he hasn't got too far to go because Alex Tauscher is now 1 lap away from his first ever victory in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. He has looked absolutely dialed in from the moment he started here at the Nürburgring. They arrived, did testing and free testing during the free practice sessions on Friday. He was at the top of the timesheets. During qualifying on Friday evening, he qualified on pole position for this race. He has led every lap. He's on the final lap now. Behind him, the fighting rages on. Cass Havercourt with Flint Schuring trying to steal away the 8th place, but look at Ariel Levy, the man who never gives up. Just behind with Colin Berdinghausen now up to 11th place as a result of Theo Overhaus going deep into that corner, but this isn't over yet. Our leaders ran at turn 5, but we are mesmerised by the battles for the places up and down the grid in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Flint Schuring had a little look to the inside of Cass Havercourt, but in doing so, he almost opens up the door for Ariel Levy. Havercourt locking up once again. That allows Flint Schuring through. Ariel Levy not quite close enough to follow through in his wake. Now trying to get that position back. Cass Havercourt looking to the left and to the right of Flint Schuring, but he's not going to find a route past because Colin Berdinghausen is also involved there, trying to get to the inside of Ariel Levy, pulling alongside the number 25 car. Out along towards the chicane they come. Out of the chicane, in towards turn 11. He's had to wait so long for this. He's dreamt of it. Now, Alex Tauscher can call himself a winner in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Across the line in second place, Larry Tenforder extends his championship lead. Robert De Haan, the last of the podium finishers, and then it's Harry King ahead of Janis Stiak. But the headline today, Alex Tauscher on his 42nd race in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany takes his first ever win. It's his second ever podium. Until this weekend, his best finish had been a 3rd place at Hockenheim at the end of last year. We knew a win was going to come eventually, and now it finally does. He needed to believe in himself, and now he does, because he could call himself a winner in the toughest Porsche Carrera Cup series in the world. Car number 13, Alex Tauscher, is a winner. In the rookie race, it's Robert De Haan who comes home to take the top step. So 3rd place overall and 1st in the rookies. 2nd in the rookies, Flint Schuring with Cass Havercourt in 3rd place. And in the Pro-Am race, Mikael Essmann takes his win ahead of Kai Pfister and Angelo Fontana. There is Christoph Huber, the team owner of Proton Huber Racing, along with the rest of the team celebrating. Just looking at the Pro-Am race, Zoran Spreng, the Pro-Am points leader, was a non-finisher. He did retire from the race on lap 12. But look at that. At the top, it's Alex Tauscher ahead of Larry Tenforder, but Robert De Haan, Harry King, valuable points in the championship ahead of Janis Stiak. Marvin Klein in 6th place, Huber van Eindhoven, and Flint Schuring rounding out the top 8. In 9th place, Cass Havercourt, who had a lively race with a number of lockups, a number of issues, and the tricky damp surface catching a number of drivers out, as was also the case of Ariel Levy. We saw him having many lockups, but he still brought it home in 10th place. Colin Berdinghausen kept the pressure on in 11th. Ahead of Theo Overhaus, Nathan Sharp and James Kellett, and then Senna Van Solen, Gianluca Tucciaroglu, and then Alex Ryman. Kiana Blum, fairly quiet today by his standards, ahead of Carol Krell. And then Mikael Essmann Kai Pfister, Angelo Fontana. But look at that, a non-finish of a Sören Spreng, Jan Seifert, and we saw Horst Felix Felbermayr also retiring. So a win for Alex Tauscher, a second win in category this year for Mikael Essmann, who wins in the Pro-Am race. The second time he has stood or will stand on the top step of the podium in the Pro-Am category. But we're looking forward to seeing this. Robert de Haan has arrived in Parc Ferme. I think Alex Tauscher is just lapping it up as he winds down and pulls the car into the pit lane. There is Larry Tenforder. You know he will be the first to congratulate his teammate on the win. So Larry Tenforder, who sees Alex Tauscher pull in alongside him. And here we go. This is a moment he has dreamt of for so long. Not only is it his first win, but he's done it on the 400th race of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Christoph Huber said, get on the roof. That's exactly what we want to see. Go on, Alex. A driver who is so understated. He doesn't shout, he doesn't scream, he doesn't make a scene. And now his teammate is going to join him as well. How strong is that roof? So Larry Tenforder up there as well. But Alex Tauscher can finally smile and can finally say he is a race winner. There's Horst Felix Felbermayr looking on as well. Of course, Horst Felix also runs for Team Proton Huber competition. And the congratulations, the emotion, friends, family, teammates. Gosh, it's emotional stuff, it really is. It's been a long time coming. We thought yesterday he could get a podium and it fell apart, but today, no such problems. He concentrated, he kept it all together, he led every single lap of race 400 in the history of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. And the name Alexander Tauscher will be written in the record books as a race winner. Larry Tenforder in the championship, finishing a couple of places ahead of Harry King, so he will extend that lead. But there's an awful lot to play for here because we've still got another 6 races to go. Robert de Haan in that 3rd place, still in the championship hunt and taking the top step of the podium in the rookie category. In 2nd place, Larry Tenforder for Proton Huber competition. It's 2 Dutch drivers on the podium once again. But it's Larry's teammate, the German driver, Alexander Tauscher, who takes his first ever win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany on his 42nd race in this legendary series. He stands on the top step of the podium and the emotions really flowing in the pit lane and in the garage, and great to see both Alex and Larry celebrating on the roof of that car. And I expect the celebrations will continue long into the night. So we take a deep breath. There is Alex. As always, just fairly calm and collected, and just regathering himself, the concentration required. These cars are so tough to drive. I've certainly never driven one, never driven in one, and but I'm told it's incredibly difficult to do half an hour at full tilt, full concentration. And it'll take a while for this to sink in. As Alex Tauscher, as good to see Kai Pfister back on the grid of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, a regular visitor. So we look down at the podium, and this should be emotional stuff as the 1, 2, 3 will come forwards to collect their trophies. It'll be, I think we're going to do it 3, 2, 1. It'll be Robert de Haan, who will come up first. Many people here watching, lots of guests, and we once again welcome the guests from the Porsche centres across Germany, including a number of young talents who are here as part of the Apprentice Challenge. They've been here, been here yesterday and today. They visited Manthey Racing to take a look at how one of the most successful teams in motorsports operates. That's very topical on a weekend such as this. And many guests from Porsche who have experienced Porsche Carrera Cup Germany firsthand. And they will have been entertained. The noise, the speed, the spectacle of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany is always breathtaking. And people don't realise quite what it's like until you've seen them live. It is, there's nothing quite like it. Spectacular racing in this series. In race 10 this weekend of the 16 race weekend. We're going to be back in September for the next round. That'll be races 11 and 12, and that's going to be at the Sachsenring, the undulating Sachsenring, with lots of blind crests, real tyre-eating track as well. That's a real tricky circuit and one that really sorts the men from the boys, so to speak. After that, we head to Austria for the Red Bull Ring at the end of September, and the season will come to a close at Hockenheim on the 18th to 20th of October, where we will find out and confirm the identity of the champion of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. That is the identity of the race winner, the 400th race of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. And it's a new name in the record books. The man that he's hugging, Christoph Huber, an absolute legend in motorsport, team owner and all-round good guy. Right, Robert de Haan to the podium, his 8th podium in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Still looking for his 2nd win. The driver who jumps onto the podium, by my reckoning, that's his 74th podium in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, Larry Tenforder. But in only his 2nd podium, his 1st ever win, it's Alex Tauscher who finally gets to enjoy the view from the centre step. He receives congratulations from Larry Tenforder and Christoph Huber, the legend himself, who will receive the trophy on behalf of the team. So now the German national anthem.
Gebt doch mal einen kräftigen Applaus für das Podium hier auf dem Nürburgring.
So as the drivers stand on the podium, it'll be trophy presentations that come up next. And Thorsten Rückert, project manager, customer sport, the new project manager, who presents 3rd place to Robert de Haan. Lucas Schilling, the vice president, sales and e-commerce at B2B, 6th, who presents the 2nd place trophy to Larry Tenforder. And Guido Kuschera, chairman of the board of managing directors of DECRA, who presents the winning trophy to Alex Tauscher. And Guido also presenting Christoph Huber with the winning team trophy. When we saw Alex Tauscher in Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe over the winter, he took a win there. We knew that things had stepped up a gear over the winter. We knew that he was a man on a mission. We knew that his 1st win was incoming. It's emotional at the Nürburgring, at the 400th race of this legendary series, Alex Tauscher finally brings it home to the top step of the podium. The Schumacher champagne will taste so sweet because he's worked so hard for this win, and he finally can call himself a race winner in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. The baptism of champagne from Larry Tenforder down the back. He won't mind about that, but soon he will refocus, regather. Can he do it again this season? Because it will be the Sachsenring on the 6th to the 8th of September, an altogether different experience. The track with blind crests, big drops, big uphills, anti-clockwise. The track that eats tyres for dinner, breakfast and tea. We're going to look forward to seeing you at the Sachsenring in September. We'll see you then. Bye-bye from the Nürburgring.